touching you, touching me, touching you, touching me. Oh, I believe in a thing called love. I believe in a thing called love. Oh, I wanna kiss you every minute of every hour of every day. Oh, I'm in a spin, but baby, everything is A-okay. Touching you, boo, boo, boo. Touching me, touching you, touching me. Oh, I believe in a thing called love. Listen to the rhythm of my heart. There's a chance we can make it now. We'll be rocking till that sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love. Ooh, hey. Touching you, touching me, touching you, touching me. I believe
I know, yeah. Now, Shane, could you make sure we sound good, please? As I randomly am like, hey, so yeah, Spec Script is a cool Twitch show and podcast where a cool person writes an episode of a TV show they've never seen, and then other cool people read it aloud on Twitch, online. Today we're doing 2 episodes. We're doing Dahlia Bell's classic episode of Care Bears. Hey, Dahlia.
Hi.
And we're doing a brand new episode, Riley McCarthy's episode of Batman the Animated Series. Hey, Riley.
Hi.
How is everyone doing? No, that's a bad idea. There are 12 people here. Hey, so, hi, Lydia Manning. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm actually doing pretty good today. I'm incredibly hydrated.
That's good. Lydia
That's
is a...
about it. That's where my standards are set these days. Like, my mood is fully dependent on just how much water I've been drinking.
It's surprising how...
Nothing else.
It helps so much, and yet, like, every, like, few weeks, I'm like, oh, yeah, water is good.
You run out of wine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, I couldn't even have wine without water. Like...
Can you buy me some novelty water glasses?
Yeah. I want that.
I got 99 problems, and water is 60% of my body.
I'm going to trademark that.
Yeah. Cha-chi-cha. Hey, Shane, other co-producer, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. My internet is great. It's falling apart, and
Moving along.
everyone sounds fine on Twitch.
Okay, it's a metaphor for society.
My body is a metaphor for society.
We live in your body.
We live in a Shane's body.
Yeah. So if we lose Shane at any time, R.I.P. We love him. We stand a legend. So Dahlia, first off, what's going on in life? The most loaded question to ask right now in the world. How you doing?
I am trying to stay in this very small box as much as I possibly can on as many shrooms as I possibly can.
Ooh.
Yeah. I feel it's healthy. I think it's the healthiest choice I could make right now.
That sounds amazing. Like
Dahlia, is this your whole room? Is this like a bed canopy that you have sectioned off?
Yeah, this is my bed.
Okay, it's a beautiful scene.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I live here. I eat here. I have a bedpan. I do not leave.
It kind of looks like a setup for like a remake of I Dream of Jeannie.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I like it. Thank you, Chris.
Like, you're. It's a good lamp. I love it. It's a good. It's a good vibe, and I'm glad you're expanding your mind constantly. I'm glad you become.
I think it's called avoiding the physical realm.
Ooh, yeah.
Constantly, yeah.
Physical realm is gone. All right.
My least favorite realm.
Yeah. All right, everyone, rank your realms.
Okay.
So Dahlia, when you wrote this script, you wrote it back in around November for the Harvest Comedy Festival. What did you know about Care Bears back then?
I knew that they were bears.
Mm-hmm. Checks out.
Yes.
And
what did you know about their emotional state?
Yeah.
Did you know they care?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't convinced.
Could be one of those ironic nicknames.
Yeah, I had heard rumors, but
yeah, so has anything changed in the last 8 months about
anything at all?
About
Anything.
no, about your relationship to Care Bears and or this script?
Have you been?
So here's what I have since learned. I have learned that there have been no fewer than 3 reboots of Care Bears. The cartoons were actually created to sell dolls, which were created and modeled after greeting cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh, that's horrific.
Care Bears started out as greeting cards.
Interesting.
It's very
Fascinating.
Hallmarkian.
Yep.
I didn't know that at all. Because I know that like most kids cartoons are started to like sell something somehow in some ways, which is capitalism.
This is a cartoon about greeting cards.
Yeah.
Kids love greeting cards.
Yeah. If there's one thing we know about kids, it's like once the president bans TikTok, all the kids are going to go back to greeting cards. Let's see. Yeah. No, I'm excited. It's nice to revisit the script. Kat Buckley, I think you're the only person besides Dahlia and I guess who was involved in the first run of the script. You're muted right now, which I shouldn't. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Fun fact: if you hold the space bar, you can unmute yourself just enough to talk.
Mamma mia!
Ooh.
Tech expert.
Yeah.
That is fancy.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. Sidebar: tech expert to Sarah Kennedy, who did a fucking reaction, and I am learning about Zoom really hardcore. See, there we go. Isn't that cool as shit? That's cool as shit. All right. Anyways,
I find it weird that there are only 2 reactions you can do.
Yeah, you can clap or you can thumbs up.
Yeah, way too positive.
I don't understand Zoom at all. I'm already lost.
Yeah, no. Well, Zoom keeps on deciding
That
to
thumb
change.
was for a booty.
Oh yeah. The thumb is for booty. The claps are for booties too.
for booty.
Yeah. But because it is on Twitch, please no visual booties.
What if you can do a foot react.
Yeah,
Not
no
gonna
one.
stand
Yeah.
for
Oh no!
Are we allowed to show our hands? Are we allowed to show our hands?
Well,
Am I
hands.
messing
You
up?
have to wear.
The hands are the feet of the arms, so it's
Guys, get your
like.
hands down.
Yeah. Oh no!
Everyone, put your hands away.
You dirty,
am I-
dirty people.
Am I allowed to dangle a pair of heels off my fingertips and click them against my palm seductively?
Yeah.
Later,
What if you replace
Hey,
your
you wanted
hands
to
with?
that to me.
All right.
I didn't know women's hair would be showing. I didn't know it was that kind of show.
The
I was about to show you something with a microphone, but I'm sure I'm not allowed to.
Oh,
I'm positive
yeah.
that's on the list.
So to anyone listening or watching right now on Twitch, thank you very much. If you want, we do have a Cash App account finally set up. It's Spec Script, where the first S is a $sign and the second S is an S. And it's right there. Yeah, if you give us money, we will...
Thankfully, we were able to get it from the other show, Spec Script, which is about body.
Don't show pecs.
No pecs. No pecs. No pecs on stream. It's about narrative bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you donate money, we will divide it evenly between everybody. So thank you very much. And so if you are going to give us money, just give us a lot of money because I overbooked the show.
So be sure, if you give us money, be sure to make sure it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Every large bit helps.
Yes. Yeah. If you're gonna give us a measly $10, go to hell.
I don't know why PBS never used that line. Yeah.
Just throw it back at the
And
person.
if you donate $5, fuck you.
Yeah. Mm.
We're joking.
No, we're joking.
I don't support any of this.
All right. So so we're gonna dive into to the first episode to Care Bears, right about now, and we're gonna we're into the name game that we do where we say our name, the character and or characters we are playing, and then a favorite thing. Today's favorite thing is our favorite feelings. So I'm gonna start. And what we do is I'm going to pass it to one person, and then that person's going to pass it to another person, and then that person can pass it to another person, etc., etc. So hi, my name is Chris Hodemy. I am not in this episode, and my favorite feeling is the grand societal love I feel for everyone in this show. I love you all. Thank you for being here.
Aww.
All right, I'm gonna pass it to Tally. How's it going? Yeah.
All right. I'm Tally. My favorite feeling. Pressure, cold heart.
Mm.
My character favorite feeling. I don't know. Joy. Someone said called happiness, and I take joy.
Oh, you can.
Lydia.
Oh, sweet. My name's Lydia. I'm going to be narrating this episode. And my favorite feeling is that light validation that you get when you know someone is into you, but like neither of you care enough to pursue it, so you don't have to waste your time. I like that.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I'm
checks out.
gonna pass this on to Caitlin.
Hey, I'm Caitlin Nolan, and I'm playing Wish Bear, I think. And my favorite feeling is the feeling that right after you cancel plans.
That's right.
That's
I'm
good.
going to pass it to Dahlia.
I am Dahlia Bell, and I am playing Secret. And my favorite feeling is impending doom. And I'm gonna pass it on to Kat Buckley.
Hello. My name is Kat. I'm playing Daydream. And for real, my favorite feeling is when you eat food from a really a diner and you still get solid poops after.
That's Good.
Thank you. And I'm going to pass it to.
Hey, thank you so much. I am Carlos Kareem Wyndham. I am playing Sunshine. And my favorite feeling is the one that you get directly before the shame spiral, directly after masturbating. I will pass to Britt.
Hi. Okay, I'm Britt. I'll be playing Grumpy/Cheer, and my favorite feeling is probably being on acid at a wrestling show. I'm gonna pass this over to Sarah.
Thank you. My name is Sarah Kennedy. I'm playing Friend, and when I got cast, I really thought like, oh, I'll just have like a line here and there. I'm excited. There's a lot. My favorite feeling is smug satisfaction.
Ooh.
And Benjamin, have you gone yet?
I don't think I have. I'm Benjamin, and I'm playing Tenderheart. And my favorite feeling is that moment right before something really unfortunate happens to someone. You can see it coming, but they can't. I'm gonna pass to Riley.
I'm Riley McCartney. Today I am playing No Heart, and my favorite feeling is probably jealousy because it motivates most of my ambitions.
Yeah.
Seething jealousy.
Yeah.
And I'll pass it to Caitlin. Have you gone?
I've gone.
I think that's everyone.
Everyone.
That's the
That's
bit.
everybody. Shane gets to go. No.
That's the great bit. Everyone loves it. They
It's
all
a
are
great
like,
bit that everyone loves that I don't get to go. Hi, I'm Shane. I'm actually not in the script, so I am going to go for a minute and go reset my router to see if that helps anything. My favorite feeling is, as always, Tetris.
yay!
Yay!
So I'll see you in Batman, everybody. Have a good Care Bear.
All right,
See you, Shane.
well, everybody, that's our amazing cast. Give it up. And now,
I love Shane's catchphrase. I'll see you in Batman. He does it every episode.
It finally makes sense.
all right, well, that's our amazing cast. Folks, we love them. Folks, they're great. And now, let's start Dahlia Bell's episode of Dun Dun Dun, Care Bears.
Welcome to Care-a-Lot, the trendiest city in the kingdom of caring. Most residents of Care-a-Lot believe theirs to be the kindest, most progressive city in all the land. And perhaps they're right, but that doesn't change the fact that the kingdom was founded on colonialism, exploitation of the labor class, and systemic racist fuckery. And the city of Care-a-Lot is no exception. One of Care-a-Lot's greatest achievements is their extensive public transit system, known as the Love Train, which is where our story begins when a group of friends, who lovingly call themselves the Care Bears, board the train to reach a destination irrelevant to this episode. The Care Bears are a stylish entourage of queer street youth. All of them rock crop tops, belly shirts, or sports bras to show off the belly tattoos they got to cement their bond.
Sorry, hitting space, maybe scroll. Oh my god, that Ray was toad's tip.
This is Daydream, and she means well.
I decorated my navel with a heart-shaped plant surrounded by rings and stars. When you align your heart chakra with the heart of the planet, you realize all matter is like literally made of love, and the rings are our lives revolving around each other, and the stars are like totes tits.
And if you align your butthole chakra with the asshole of the world, you realize everyone's full of shit.
This is Grumpy. Grumpy's life will soon be changed.
Yeah, I got a tattoo of a rain cloud with hearts dropping from it because love is just a flood of neurochemicals, and once the honeymoon ends, it all falls apart.
Daydream takes a substantial hit of poppers and falls over, seeing a ferret puppet.
Admittedly, Daydream's woo can be a bit extra, but she's not hurting
It's
anyone.
Tenderheart.
My tattoo is red.
imprisoned by insecurity before finding my truth.
My name's Wish, and I say, if Funshine wishes for a world in which all handjobs are consensually and enthusiastically returned, I'm all for it. My tattoo is a comet and stars, because Daydream did it for free.
Like, if you really think about it, the vibrations we perceive as nothingness are like a million billion tiny invisible hands that hold us all together.
You ever wondered what life might be like not on shrooms?
Not cool, Grumpy. You have no right to tell Daydream how to live life. Just because you might not understand it doesn't get wrong.
Oh, this bitch is tripping, literally and figuratively.
And you're literally being an asshole, Grumps. I keep saying you should try psychedelics. They might loosen up that death grip you have on control.
Secret squeezes Friend's hand a little tighter and clenches her teeth in anticipation for a fight. Grumpy has built a reputation in the group for their hot temper, but today is a new day.
You know what? I'm sorry. I've been going through some shit lately, and I'm bad about projecting my frustrations and insecurities onto others.
Damn, Tenderheart. How do you do that?
What can I say? If you pay attention, you can learn a lot about a person without them even knowing.
But back to you, Grumpy. What's going on?
Grumpy takes a deep drag off a vape pen.
I've been thinking about gender a lot lately, and I've never really felt quite manly or whatever. I'm not even sure what that means, but I don't necessarily feel like a woman either, or even like what that means. It's just confusing, and I don't really know what to do about it.
Maybe you don't need to do anything about it. Or maybe you could make an appointment at the free clinic.
Or you could open up and talk to your friends, the people who care about you most.
Or you could just keep being a big angry man caught up in your fragile man feelings. Ugh.
Funshine mockingly grunts while imitating the movements of a toxically masculine gorilla on steroids. It's a shockingly accurate imitation, giving the specificity. Friend kicks him in the shin and chuckles under her breath.
Just fucking with you. Seriously, though, you should probably do all the healthy processing shit Friend and Tenderheart suggested. And smoke a fat blunt. I mean, when's the last time you lit up a fatty?
My mouth tastes like cotton candy, and I'm totally... Whoa.
I think what Daydream is trying to say is not everyone feels like a man or a woman, masculine or feminine. You should do whatever makes you feel complete.
Just then, our usually scheduled love fest of postmodern pandering is interrupted by a shrill voice from off-screen.
Oh, give me a break.
Our heroes turn their heads in unison. Grumpy is, well, grumpy. I probably don't need to remind you, seeing as it's in the character's name. Friend pulls Secret closer to herself. Daydream angrily scolds her ferret, Spike, believing her trusted companion has betrayed her trust.
Who are you?
Our view widens to include Professor Coldheart, who bears an ironic resemblance to a certain crimson-haired British author who shall remain unnamed because we lack a sufficient legal budget should a TERF want to sue. Only her face is even more pinched. She's dressed in a mid-90s era women's pantsuit with the most powerful shoulder pads you've ever seen. Beneath her blue blazer, she wears a white t-shirt with black block lettering that reads, "Basic understanding is understanding enough."
The name's Professor Coldheart. I'm a Gold Star lesbian, woman-identified woman, and a lecturer on gender studies at a prestigious college.
What college?
Sorry, sir. I'm not about to get harassed by a bunch of petty socialists.
Excuse me, but I'm a woman, and who said anything about socialism?
To answer your questions, you are not a woman. I am a woman. Or, as your generation would say, a cisgendered, biologically female woman. And all you immature little leftists are the same. Often struggles and movements to see who can be the biggest victim.
Friend slaps Coldheart's hand away from Secret's face and does that black girl neck swivel that white people find so threatening.
First of all, womanhood is an open discussion. in our generation would call you a venomous woman-hating bitch.
I'm a lesbian little girl. I love women and refuse to let a generation of weak-willed men take our identity away from us.
Secret looks at her, befuddled.
I could even do that if I wanted to.
When you were born, some stranger looked at your crotch, declared you a girl, and that's all the identity you ever developed? That sounds pretty sad. Maybe you should take up a hobby.
Honestly, I just don't even understand why you care.
Of course you don't, because you're not a woman and have no idea what life is like for us.
Daydream finally looks up and addresses the group.
Like, did you taste the lights? Toads baller.
Professor Coldheart stares at Daydream in a state of confusion. Everyone else is used to this nonsense and unfazed.
No, Tenderheart isn't a woman, but I am. And I wasn't just declared a girl. It was more of a suspicion that I tried to ignore until I couldn't, because the alternative brought me so little joy that I avoided speaking to anyone.
Then you should have gotten psychiatric care.
I did, several times, and finally a psychiatrist told me there was nothing wrong with me and that anyone would feel depressed were they forced to live a lie. So I stopped lying to myself, my friends, and my family. I stopped lying to everyone and started speaking the truth, my truth.
And also, bitch, fuck you.
Tenderheart steps between Friend and the professor.
You'll have to forgive Friend. She and Secret have been close for years, and she can get a bit protective.
Miss me with that Dr. Phil shit. I do not need her forgiveness till I knock the shit out of her transphobic ass.
Professor Coldheart shrugs with a pompous chuckle.
Leftists, always so quick to resort to violence the moment someone offers a dissenting opinion.
Now, children, let's not feed the troll lest she follow us home.
And you should be most ashamed, you traitor.
Sunshine's permagrin wavers for a moment.
Excuse me?
Do you know how hard my generation fought for women's rights and butch lesbians' right to walk through this world without harassment or being accused of being a man? And now your generation is just throwing it all away.
Our generation fights for all women, including Secret.
He's not a woman.
Ooh, I swear to God, I will smack the shit out of this bitch.
And I still don't see how I'm a traitor, ho.
You don't have to dress like this, or ruin your body, or inject yourself with drugs.
I know. I would slay as a lesbian. Matter of fact, you wouldn't believe how much pussy I was smashing when I thought I was one. Anyhow, drugs are awesome. Tea's alright. My body is still popping. Have I shown you any pictures of my old titties? They were marvelous. But fuck that back pain, am I right?
Then why give them up?
Because all the extra weight was holding me down. Don't get me wrong, baby girl. Knockers are great on other folks, or in my hands. Shit, I'll still suck a titty for days. But these pecs need to breathe.
Sunshine removes his shirt and flexes his hairless chest.
Plus, more dudes ask me to peg them now, and literally, fucking patriarchy in the ass is, well, more tits than tits.
My friends are a bit crude, but I think what they're really saying is that we're all just trying to be our best and happiest selves, and as long as we don't harm anybody, it's nobody else's business.
But being a man or woman means something.
I agree. But it actually means a lot of things to a lot of different people, and it always has. A woman being a professor or a lesbian or voluntarily single wasn't always accepted, but brave women fought to change that. And now another generation of brave women are fighting for the women who got left behind, like our sweet friend Secret.
And what about your angry friend here?
The name's Grumpy. Guess they're going to have to work that out for themselves.
This isn't even proper grammar.
Who gives a fuck? Proper grammar is a construct made up to defend white supremacy.
If you're demanding that people choose between whatever is currently considered proper grammar or people's ability to live as their most authentic selves, only a heartless monster is going to choose the former.
Professor Coldheart turns red in the face, like she wants to say something, but realizes she's got nothing. She turns around in a huff and dives back into her dog-eared copy of Atlas Shrugs.
I still want to smack the shit out of her.
Act 2, Scene 2. A few months later, our brave and caring friends once again board the love train to yet another inconsequential destination.
Nice dye job, Grumpy. I love the new look.
Thanks. I've actually decided to start going by Cheer. I think the name and pink hair suits me better than the blue hair and my dead name.
I also love the cover up. I like how you transformed that old rain cloud into a rainbow.
Relegate, fam, and I am here for it.
Oh, thanks, friends. Y'all are just the best.
Secret extends her arms to offer Cheer a warmly accepted hug.
I still can't believe how much happier you've been. You're practically glowing.
Thank you. I still have a ways to go. Don't get me wrong. I really am happy, but it still sucks getting flagged as male all the time.
It sucks. So many people suck.
I think you're wonderful just the way you are, and if you don't, be patient and give yourself more time. I can't imagine how hard it must be for you, but as long as you're working towards what you want to be, you're gradually becoming whoever you need to be.
And what you really need to be is buying me some weed.
I happen to believe fish are the people of the sea.
Everyone pauses for a moment, as if to contemplate that statement. From off-screen, we hear the mucus-filled arrogance of No Part.
Ugh! Look at the mutants!
Sometimes I don't even know why we still take this train.
It hardly seems worth the hassle.
Our view now widens to include No Heart, a doughy man with black hair jutting over his collar. It looks like a badger crawling up his neck. His mouth hangs partially open, making it harder to ignore his gnarly teeth or thick legs of saliva that snap and pop between his dry, cracked lips as he speaks.
Ugh! You probably ride the train because you don't have what it takes to make real money and acquire wealth. Like a car or a house, bro.
But you're on the same train.
Everyone laughs.
Yeah. Well, at least I'm out here acting like a victim.
What are you even talking about?
I bet rainbows sound like electricity.
What the hell is she talking about?
No one knows, but it still makes more sense than the bullshit flying out of your mouth.
No Heart looks Secret up and down, analyzing her appearance. He shifts in his seat a little to hide an angered erection.
Bro, why are you wearing a skirt?
Ooh, where's my knife?
Okay, calm down, everyone. He's just blowing off steam.
The steam of hard-boiled ignorance.
Dude, I feel sorry.
If my friends tried to steal my manhood away from me, I'd go ballistic.
That's what you call
Wait, can you hear me? I froze for a second. Wait, am I back?
We got you.
Am I back? Yeah, you wouldn't understand. You see, women's brains can't comprehend things like strength and power. That's why they're so easily confused when you shout at them from across the street or say dick thing. Dude, this one time, I messaged a girl, hey, and she didn't even message me back. I bet her little girl brain couldn't read.
I'm usually opposed to friends push towards violence, but this guy's really winning me over.
Oh, I don't think you should protect your most vulnerable friends with violence. I don't always think that you should protect your most vulnerable friends with violence, but when the energy is right.
You girls can't fight me. My cousin's best friend was an MMA fighter, and he tried to pin me down this one time.
I'm actually invested in this part of the story.
and he really thought he had me, but then I started beating the back of my head against his knuckles.
And I'll do it again.
And he was like, dude, you're freaking crazy! And he never sparred with me again.
Dude, you're fucking crazy. And I've been on acid for like 6 months.
It's called microdosing, and studies have shown it can be beneficial for your mental and emotional health.
Honestly, I just take a shit ton of acid. But this dude's off the fucking chain.
Oh, I see. You're all a bunch of man-hating hippies.
Yeah, I'm not even sure he's talking to us at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty lost.
No Heart shoves a greasy finger in his nose and continues to pontificate.
That's how it always goes, isn't it? Liberals get pushed against the rope, and all of a sudden they can't understand the argument.
What argument?
The one about you being a bitch! Burn!
No Heart flicks a coronavirus-shaped booger against a window and gives himself a high five.
Right, I'm out.
That's right. You better run away, little girl.
What's your end game, bro?
No Heart looks at Cheer with a look of genuine confusion.
Listen, bro. I'm just pushing back against this communist war on men.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Seriously, dude's just throwing words together.
That's how sentences are made. All I'm saying is I'm sick and tired of all you gays and cross-dressers running around telling people what words we can and can't use and making little kids cut their dicks off. You're fucking gross.
Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. Could you come again with that part about little kids cutting their dicks off? That is the funniest shit I've heard all day.
I can only imagine how difficult it must be to go through life with such a fragile identity that the only way you can feel in control is by clinging to a crumbling paradigm which itself was invented by frightened little weak men like yourself who only had brute strength to rely on to keep people too afraid to topple their house of cards.
Power's the way of the world, bro.
Yeah, perhaps, but physical strength is limited by its very nature. Those who can learn, heal, and reason will always retain greater power because we're able to communicate and connect with others, allowing ourselves the ability to ally with diverse populations and even teach folks like you how to adapt to an ever-changing world.
No Heart impotently cries out.
But you're all snowflakes!
And just like that, No Heart's head explodes.
Damn, Tenderheart, that was cold-blooded.
Fuck that dude!
The end.
That was Care Bears by Dahlia Bell, everybody. Yeah, woo woo, give it up.
I really loved the new coronavirus-shaped booger.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very visual.
Yes.
Yeah.
An essential update.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the only thing you edited in the script, but it was a very good touch.
Welcome back, Shane. No, still a beautiful script. I think I said this to you, like, maybe at the festival, but I don't know, like, that whole weekend was a blur to me. But that's how sentences are made is one of my favorite lines ever written.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. Yeah, I wrote it down here so I wouldn't forget. I put words. I just threw words together on a piece of paper. It's a really good line. Also, I think the internet is being destroyed in Portland.
Yeah,
highly probable.
Sorry I cut it out in the middle
No, it's
there.
not. I mean, Shane had to go reset his. Our stream stopped at one point for like 10 seconds, which has not happened before. Yeah. Early on, so it's okay.
Okay, good.
So anyways, it seems to be at least something that's affecting some of us. Who knows?
Maybe we're the ones causing it.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe we're just the internet for everybody.
Dahlia's script is just too powerful. You're going, Riley? Sorry.
I'm just saying I can't wait for one of my lines from that to be taken out of context. Someone just takes the audio of me.
No, I.
Screaming about transphobic shit.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Cutting
though,
the
what
children's
they
dicks off.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my ringtone.
The vitriolic words of Portland comedian Riley McCarthy.
All just a ruse to get Riley banned from everything.
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Did it get canceled?
So that we can take over. I don't know.
Yeah, we
We
take
gotta get Riley canceled
comedy.
so they can. Yeah, we get Riley canceled, and then they can get a Netflix special for $500,000.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Welcome, Riley.
Best thing that could happen to my career.
All your stand-up special. I think Triggered is taken.
Triggered. Well, no, Triggered is like a classic. You can do like 10 people have done Triggered as a.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe my special could be called "Here's Your Safe Space," and then it'll be like a picture of like a grave 6 feet underground.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And I'll have like caution tape over my mouth because I'm like
Yeah.
dangerous.
Ooh,
Oh,
I love it.
Edgy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Time for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to do like if I get one, I want it to be like thought crimes would be it, but like it's spelled the internet way.
Thought crimes.
Yeah.
I might get a tramp stamp for that now.
Ooh,
Thank you.
please. Yeah.
I like the idea of thinking thought crimes while seeing the booty, you know?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Hmm.
I like the idea of people seeing my booty in general.
Yeah, yeah. Just not on Twitch.
On Twitch. Not on Twitch.
On Twitch, keep your feet down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so close.
We have
Feet on the
dozen
floor,
of
feet on the floor.
viewers. I can't afford to lose. No.
As far as Twitch is concerned, we don't have feet or
Appendages.
We're Muppets. We don't have feet.
Yeah. I should have told y'all when we were down, so that was when we could have gone for feet. For like we had 10 beautiful seconds.
But then we come back up and it's just everyone's
It's
feet.
Just tootsies, just.
It would be a very powerful protest.
Mhm, yeah.
And then you
10
just have
seconds
to
we
add a BLM sticker, and then we're woke.
Yeah, exactly. What if I get one of those signs and the like in this America we like cherish people, you know, like those American flag ones outside of rich white people houses.
But it just says feet.
Yeah.
For freedom.
Line is
We
feet.
In this
cherish feet.
in this country
In
we
this
cherish
America,
feet.
mommy likes your stinky little tootsies.
Yeah. So
That was almost a bunch of seltzer all over my computer.
Oh no. So this was Tolly, Carlos, and Benjamin's first Spec Script episode. Thank you very much. I want to talk to Tolly. I hope you had a good time. I hope being a turf felt.
I just channeled my mother. It was fine.
Yeah. We all become our mothers one way or another.
I wish.
So right now we're basically in an intermission until we come back. So if anyone wants to do any,
Yeah, anyone who needs to pee, get a
Oh,
drink.
sweet, I need to hydrate. I'll be right back.
oh, please do. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna take off. I'm not in the next one,
Yeah.
and I got a kiddo sleeping in the
Oh,
next room.
Thank you
so,
so much, Tolly.
Yeah.
And before you head out, I just want to say you're doing great posts right now. So if
awesome.
if people should follow you because you're doing good posting about all the BLM protests happening in Portland right now. Thank you, and that people should check out. Give me a sec. It's dang, I forgot. I just had it on Instagram. What's the
Tally's Too Much Sauce.
Tally's Too Much
Sauce. Yep. Tally1010 on Instagram. Just feel free to shoot me a message. Medicated and non-medicated sauces and condiments made here in Portland, Oregon. Have a new batch coming out in the next couple days, so feel free to get at me. But yeah, thanks for having me on the show. I had a great time.
Thank you.
And I hope I can tune in another time.
We would love to have you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. All right.
All right. See y'all. Thank you. Bye.
Alrighty. Let's see. Who do I want to talk to right now? Riley, thank you for an iconic moment of of what's it called?
Freezing?
Yeah, freezing. It was a really good froze face. It was very like,
Yeah, has everyone else already posted that picture?
oh, yeah, it's
It's
great.
funny, my stream was working perfectly until the last quarter of that episode when I had lines.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about. I mean, I was saying at the beginning, but like the great thing about the online comedy is that we all are our own tech person, and all of our tech is subject to problems. So it's fun and it's great and it's not stressful at all and it's not bad. Yeah. So Britt, I want to talk to Britt. How you doing,
Lay it
Britt?
on. Hi, great to see you all. Pleasure to be back.
Yeah, you too. Oh yeah, of course we can drink on stream. Just not with feet. Yeah. So
I
how?
try not to drink with my feet anyway.
Yeah. So I'm glad we haven't had you on since you wrote an episode of New Girl.
Yeah, it's been over a year since I've been hanging with the Spec Script fam, so very happy to be here. Yeah, I miss Spec Script. I miss our pre-show wrestling events. Can't wait for that to come back.
Oh, I miss some good Triple PW.
So brilliant.
Jaron George Cat Dad is going to be our longest champion because of the quarantine.
No one can challenge.
No one can safely. Yeah, like touch Jaron right now.
Chris.
Yeah.
I want you to know, while I was getting hydration, I also got a couple of leftover chicken strips from lunch.
Nice. Oh. Thank God.
Blessed. I'm so. What? From where?
I don't know. We ordered them last night from someplace.
That's beautiful. I ordered Jack in the Box. I ordered $40 of Jack in the Box last night.
Yeah, it's really sad, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, because I wanted to order a bunch of this fun Mexican food from a restaurant I like, but then for some reason they closed early, which is fair. You know, I don't love that restaurants are. I mean, it's complicated. And then I didn't eat. I fasted all day.
And then you went and got an oil drum of mini tacos.
Pretty much, yeah. My mind wasn't right. I fasted and got really high for like all day, so that I could like be ready. Yeah. How do you? So Dahlia, how do you feel about do you have any new revelations about your script since seeing it now or experiencing it now twice?
No, because I was high both times.
Beautiful. I think this time was less stressful because it wasn't like jammed with people causing a fire crisis.
This is true.
Yeah. I was so stressed. I have no memory of that show. I was so stressed.
Yeah.
Cause that was,
plus.
Yeah.
I like that I read for Secret this time.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons. One, because Mary Jane French noted that by accident, I actually gave Secret fewer lines than any of the other characters. And also because at the show, Mary Jane French had just done her podcast, during which she had eaten several packages of fruit chews in 60 minutes. So by the time she got to my script, she had almost died. So.
No, I forgot about that podcast. I hope it comes out. Mary Jane French, friend of Spec Script, TV lover, wrote an amazing. So it has this podcast that was 10 people that she interviewed while eating and like asking questions while eating Starbursts.
Fruit chews.
Fruit chews. Right, fruit chews. It was really fun.
You brought gluten-free ones for me. It was really sweet.
That is sweet. We love and stand Mary Jane French in Spec
yes,
Script.
we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Carlos, since this is your first time, you're muted.
I'm good.
So smoking.
I just didn't want to give you too much ASMR with my apples. That's all.
No, that's what we need. We gotta get that. Ooh.
That's some good crunch.
New show with Carlos. How do you like them apples?
So Carlos, you have a wonderful, wonderful Facebook Live show that's taken Portland by storm called Smoke and Mirrors.
Oh, well, by storm. Thank you. Okay.
I mean,
sure.
I like it. It's good. It's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's good. And I'm the only opinion in Portland that I respect, so it's good.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it happened quite on accident. We were locked down, and I was fucking around with my phone, smoking with people, and then some asshole said, "Hey, you should have a theme song."
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, "Well, if I have a theme song, I should have a logo."
Theme songs are a gateway drug.
And if I have a logo, I should have guests. And it has turned into, I said I made a promise that I would do it with folks as frequently as possible, 5 days a week until we were free from lockdown. And that was before we knew that that was signing a 2-year contract. So now it's my job.
We're never leaving.
Never. I think, seriously, I'm going to be on
the
the
zombie
fucking
apocalypse
Carson.
is definitely coming.
Yeah.
I'll be doing comedy for zombies. It'll be great.
I now know that during the zombie apocalypse, people are going to try to get themselves bitten to prove it's not real.
100%. 100%. Not knowing that we are the zombies.
Yeah.
We are the Walking Dead, you guys.
Yeah. Ooh. Whoa. Is that
Want
that?
to come to my bite party? We're just going to bite each other.
Well, I'll just get jealous of my friends who got bit because they got like 100 likes on their bite post, and I'm just gonna be like, "Am I not good enough?"
Everyone's gonna be showing arms with just teeth marks in them. Look,
where's my engagement? And get jealous.
I got bit 2 weeks ago, and I'm not infected. Fuck
you. Then like someone's like, "All right, my compound has like a crowd of like 400 zombies around it, but Carlos's compound has 20,000. Oh, what makes Carlos so much better for the zombies?" Yeah.
Been working so hard on my follow count. Nibble, 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 nibbles. You know, it's the thing about social media is it really makes us all zombies.
Ooh, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Very deep.
About social media.
Yeah, the thing about social media is it really makes us antisocial.
You should tweet that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So I could get no likes.
It gets likes from my ex's new boyfriend. My main simp. Anywho, let's see what else. So Ben, this is your first time on Spec Script.
Indeed.
Thank you for doing it. I hope you had a good time. Yeah. I guess your big thing. You've been at the protests a lot.
I have.
Yeah.
It's nice to be doing a podcast that's not forcing me to relive trauma constantly.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of fun.
So we'll move on then. What other? Yeah. Do you have any
How about
hot
this weather? Crazy.
Anyone watch the? Sorry, I just sprayed a bunch of shampoo over my hand because I was fidgeting.
Is that what you're drinking?
Yeah.
Shampoo.
No, well, I bought all of the hydrochloroquine in the area or whatever, and I drank all of that, so I now, yeah. Yeah.
Is that why you're sweating so much?
I'm not! I put on makeup wrong!
Dewy!
I put on too
He's
much.
not sweaty, he's dewy.
Yeah.
You look like an Instagram influencer then.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Yeah, I bought this, and I'm trying to reteach myself makeup that I haven't done since I was in college, and I'm learning. I bought two foundations. One that made me look way too pale, so I went up in color, and I'm not gonna put that one on.
You can mix them.
What?
That's what you can mix them. That's what I do when I can't find a shade. Is you just find like a little Tupperware container, scoop them out, mix them together.
Yeah.
Or you buy Fenty.
Ooh.
But does Chris have that Fenty money?
I do not. That's why I stopped wearing makeup. Is that it's expensive because I lose things all the time. So I just end up like yeah. But,
here's the key: you have to date a counselor.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
That's,
If you're
that's
gonna
my
mix
trick.
two shades of foundation, it's really important to make sure that one of them isn't bleach based and one of them isn't an ammonia
Okay.
based
What if I
foundation.
put one here and one here?
That'll get you.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's a classic blunder right there.
Yeah. No. Let's see. Who else? So Sarah Kennedy. Voting is still happening on Albuquerque's best and brightest, right? And so people can go on. I had the website open, but I closed all the internet so that my internet wouldn't shut down. But Albuquerque Times.
Yeah, it's like abqthemag.com/best of the city, I think, which is, and it should be noted that I am in Albuquerque, although it'd be much funnier if I was running a campaign and I lived in like Omaha or something, and I was like, go to Albuquerque, the magazine, and vote for me best of me.
We
It
should.
happens.
Yeah. So people should vote for Sarah Kennedy because everyone loves Sarah Kennedy. The world loves Sarah Kennedy. And Sarah, how have you been processing? This is the first time you've been on since Folklore.
Yeah, it's been a real whirlwind of a week.
Mhm.
I don't know. So there's 11 people on Twitch right now, and so it should be noted I have a podcast called Taydar, and where we look at everything that Taylor Swift has ever done, including breathing and regular living, through a queer lens.
Mhm.
And so when her album came out last week, it was like, let's new stuff to dive into. So
Yeah.
and it's very queer. So it's been very exciting.
It really is. The amount of people that I've talked about your podcast to, Kat, I think I talked to Kat like right after I had listened to it. So I was full on just like, you gotta understand,
That's exactly how it was, but I think I'm actually going to listen to it now because, Folklore, I want to know your opinions on it.
Yeah.
But not here. You have to go to the podcast for that.
It's true. It's available anywhere that podcasts are. And also, we got interviewed by Bitch Media for an article. That's live right now. So if you don't even want to put your ears through any sort of strain, you could read that.
So, can I ask a Taylor Swift related question?
Please.
I'm really oblivious about pop culture, but it seemed like a few years ago she got canceled because she had become the darling of white supremacist listeners, and now she's uncanceled, and now people who previously hated her music for reasons unrelated to that are super fans. How did that trajectory?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I have such a great resource for you on Netflix. There's an entire documentary that she did where she literally talks about her political awakening and how she went from not addressing anything, and people around her being like, don't mention that, don't talk about that, even when it got so bad to the point where Breitbart was posting these things about her being the mascot of the Aryan nation, and then how she kind of came to terms with that and then decided to go forward being a little bit more open with her actual values and what she really believes, and so then she responded to that.
Really cool. I will check it out. Thank you.
And it pissed so many people off, and it was very fun to watch.
Not gonna lie, this new Taylor album slaps too. White people doing white music is some shit. Y'all do that? Wow, y'all can't do white music like nobody else. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Carlos.
No. The amount of people who have texted me that about with some variation on, oh my god, it's so good, are all people that I've said this to Sarah in real life, but publicly, it's been a lot of people. People are. It's wild how much this has affected people. It's good. So Folklore. This episode of Spec Script is sponsored by Folklore.
If you say it one more time, she will sue us.
Oh no!
Put that out there.
No! I want her on the.
Put on her intellectual property.
Well, if can't. All right. All right. Anywho, we're about to start. Anyway. So, let's see. Who
on
have
here.
I not talked to? I guess I haven't talked to Caitlin. Caitlin, how are you doing?
Okay.
You doing any fun theater? I guess that theater can't exist right now, compared.
Not really. Yeah, that's all sort of on a hiatus. What have I been doing? Who even fucking knows? The days are just one unending blur, which honestly is fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have anywhere to be, so
That's good.
I'll do a little product placement. I ordered some of this Reverend Nat's punch yesterday because I saw a targeted ad. It's got blood orange, watermelon, mango, and ginger, and it's real fucking good. So if you want to support local cider / alcohol more broadly, they do free delivery.
That's good.
Yeah.
Reverend Nats. Let's see. Am I missing anyone? Did I not talk to anybody? Because we're about to do all the Batman stuff, which is awesome. Batman is if he was a Dracula. All right. Well, we're gonna go into that. Riley, you're writing today's. We're about to do Batman the animated series. Riley McCarthy, you wrote this episode. You've never seen Batman the animated series, the classic
I have not.
Bruce Timm, Paul Dini show. What did you know? Yeah, what did you know about it?
Well, I actually knew kind of a lot about Batman. I feel like everyone does.
Yeah.
I almost felt like when you posed Batman as an idea after I told you I hadn't seen it, I almost thought it'd be cheating because it's like I've seen the movies and I think I've even read like one of the books. I think like Killing Joke, like the famous one. But you kind of made the point that like it would be really hard for you to find a person who has literally never consumed any Batman.
Yeah.
Like to write that episode. But yeah, I really don't know anything about the series other than that it's like kind of like a throwback to like a noir style. So I tried to go a little Tennessee Williams with some of the script writing.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Amazing preface
Oh, yeah.
to what we're about to read.
Well, and you have Harley Quinn in it, which is, of course, I mean, everyone loves, we know Harley Quinn, all that jazz. But Harley Quinn was invented for that show. Like, that was where
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So it would be... Go on.
You texted me that, but I didn't know that before you texted me.
I did not know that either. I learn something new every day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the big contributions that show did, arguably, are like Harley Quinn, and it made Mr. Freeze like a character people liked. Before he was just some nerd, and then they changed him to a very sad nerd.
And sad nerds are always better.
What? What, Kat?
A very sad buff nerd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, spoiler alert for later in the series. Eventually, he's not very buff because he just becomes a head on a spider body.
Oh.
Because that's what happens when you get frozen too much. Is you just become a spider head. Which is
I hate it when that happens.
kind of my ideal body. Is just
It's
being,
like, because I know that it's like a robotic spider body, but now I'm just picturing it's like, oh, you get cold enough, your body turns into a spider.
yeah.
That's where spiders come from.
Yeah, that's where the character of Spider-Man was invented. Yeah, so the reason Batman and Robin, the movie, had Arnold's Mr. Freeze in it was they're like, oh, everyone loves Mr. Freeze from this cartoon, so let's throw him in. Mr. Freeze is not in Riley's script, but that's...
I can make some last minute edits.
Yeah, quick.
Oh, yeah. Get on it, baby. Shane, Lydia, I have to take care of some very important business.
Oh, God.
Are we supposed to spoil what the very important business is, or let people pretend to be surprised?
See, is it possible that they're allowed to come back here with a bowl of Dookie, but we can't show feet? Because if that's what's happening, I'd like to be out if that's what's going to happen next.
We do deserve fair warning for that.
There's
You know what I mean? There's no consent given. I just want to be clear.
You know, what we should do is we should all just like hide or just go off camera. So when this comes back, it's just like we're all still here, but it's just all
everyone just duck down.
Everyone change the Zoom background to a picture of feet.
No!
But not your own. Not your own. That's very important.
question, Lydia.
Yeah.
What is Twitch's legal in certain states policy?
I do not know. Do you know, Shane?
No.
Wait,
I was going to try and improv something
do
funny.
you mean? I don't think we're
Just say it's tobacco. I don't know how long
smoking?
Chris is actually going to be gone. So.
We're not
You
really
mean smoking?
Okay.
No, because I don't know how long Chris is actually going to be gone. I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable hiding down the floor because I've done that before and it sucks. I did it
Anything for the bit. Anything for the
like
bit.
15 minutes for the bit and it sucked. Wasn't even that funny.
His Joker makeup when he comes back better look good.
Oh, it better look.
Spoiler alert!
Seriously?
Joker, I saw that. Everyone act like you don't notice. Say he looks extra sweaty.
Let's all agree not to acknowledge it or egg Chris on.
That's what I normally do. Is just never acknowledge anything Chris thinks is funny.
Do not reward the disruptive behavior.
I'm just going.
Like a troubled youth.
I'm just going to assume he's pooping right now.
Well, I was going to say the chat is assuming that it's just all the Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
But I know that the door behind him is actually a bathroom. So if we're doing that.
Because
that'd be a really
Riley is stalking Chris.
I had a really weird experience. I went to Chris's house about a week and a half ago to pick plums.
That is
and,
weird.
He was wearing a crop top that had Nancy Pelosi on it. And
he turned that into a crop top?
He served me a LaCroix that had been sitting in the sun for so long it was hot. Like, not warm, it was hot. Like, stove.
This is the future liberals want.
Yeah.
That's really good branding, though. And did you like the plums?
They were delicious. I made a big thing of them.
I made.
Chris, use a different mirror. No.
What the fuck?
He's got to be careful. That is feet angle right there.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not.
playing with fire with that one, Chris.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, if he put Joker makeup on his feet and that's how he stands, I'm gonna be so.
Just a little face on the sole of his foot.
He's got to be saving that for the series finale of Spec Script.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we will be canceled.
I'm so glad we're all professionals. That's the worst part. There we go.
Cool.
All right, now you're
Hello.
Should have started.
Really? You made us wait that long so you could comb your hair?
You didn't.
You could have at least used 3 colors.
I don't have 3 colors. I lose the makeup.
Chris, the chat was assuming that you were on to minionification now, so they're really
Oh
disappointed
damn!
that you
I need a minion. I need to be minion.
I'm trying to cover for them and say that I don't think the overalls have come in the mail yet. So.
No. I have been posting about minionification. But I'm not. I have a minion shirt, but it's in the wash because I've been wearing it nonstop.
I have been posting about minionification is a terrible thing to have said out loud.
Look, I'm twisted, baby. A real minion. Anywho, I'm a minion to society. Mamma mia, let's roll. All right. I'm using a eucalyptus face mask, and it feels great. They say that you should use a face mask for 15 minutes, but I figure if I leave it on for an hour, it's 4 times as good. That's how skin works.
You're gonna wipe it off, and it's just gonna be like the bones.
This is
I was about to
just...
say, the irony of this being your actual Joker transformation when that eucalyptus oil burns your face into that shape.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the lipstick I use, the NYX branded...
I don't know how I got these scars.
This lipstick stains my skin for like 3 days when I put it on. So
Yeah, I used to use NYX.
yeah,
It's actually a decent brand.
it's very good and thick, but it does stain if you. Yeah, if you have a. So I am This is just my life now.
It's always been.
Yeah. All right, Batman. Okay. All right. I was debating doing an Italian Joker, but I don't. It's a Batman! It's a me, the Joker! Ha ha! See, no. I'm a Joker!
It's a me Joker!
I want there to be.
This is gonna be great when we get to the script and you're playing Commissioner Gordon.
Alright. Alright, everyone, alright, so we're gonna do our name, characters we're playing, and we are doing what we said our favorite. What was our favorite bats? Was it? What was it? No, our favorite. It was something else. It was our favorite personal tragedy.
Personal trauma.
That was a joke.
We shouldn't do that. Yeah, it's a bummer.
That we shouldn't do.
Our favorite. Let's just do our favorite Batman villain.
Favorite bat is fine.
Favorite
Why
bat.
not favorite bat?
Okay. I
don't know. A bunch of comedians talking about their leading tragedy. I mean, I think.
Oh, I don't want to turn this into an open mic, Carlos. I've done one open mic during quarantine, and that was the closest to full Jokerification. I will never do it again. I will never. This is a promise that I'm making. I will never do an open mic comedy mic online again, and then smash cut to me doing an open mic online. All right. We'll do, our favorite bats. Hi, my name is Chris Hotomy, and I'm playing the Joker. And my favorite, bat, is, they are these really fat bats at the Portland Zoo that eat a lot, like, crawl over each other a lot, stretch out a lot, and then, like, self-fellatio a lot, and they
Damn it, you stole my joke! That was my favorite bat, the one I saw sucking his own dick.
Well, I didn't say explicitly one. And hey, if you're watching, give money and we'll divide it up. We're Cash App Spec Script, where the first S is $1 and the second S is an S. And
No one's gonna give us money after self-relating bats.
No, hey, they are gonna give us more money.
Yeah.
They're gonna
it's not gonna get any better than that, is the thing.
Alright. We are, so that's me. I'm gonna pass it to Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Clayface. My favorite bat, so I follow a Facebook page called Microbats of Melbourne. It's like a microbat rescue. I don't know exactly what type they are, but they're a type of microbat. They're like the size of a finger, and they have these little squash faces. And when their mouths are open, they look like they're smiling like an elementary school kid on picture day. Like, just like they haven't smiled before and they don't really know how to do it exactly. And it's adorable. And they've got just absolutely vicious little teeth. They're my favorites.
All right, and then you pass it.
I passed it to Benjamin.
So I'm Benjamin, and I am both Claymond and Pigeon. We're Clay Pigeon if you're a gun owner on the go.
Oh.
My favorite bat is the baseball bat that the Bear Jew uses in Inglourious Bastards.
Good bat. Good bat.
Beating Nazis. I'm going to pass it to Dahlia.
Okay, I am Deborah, and I'm playing Dahlia.
That's a joke not for our trillions of viewers.
Method.
And my favorite bat. I am not going to say because it is not Twitch appropriate.
Ooh.
And I will pass it on to Shane.
Ah!
I'm Shane Hosey. I'm going to be playing the narrator. My favorite bat is the one I saw sucking his dick at the zoo. Really saw it. I was there. I saw it happen. Like in real time. I was with a class. It was really funny.
He admitted it.
He didn't. he was just in his own little world. He was having the time of his life. We were all just there. He wasn't bothered by us, and we were just laughing. It was. And I threw a tantrum earlier, so I don't even know who hasn't gone yet. Britt, have you introduced yourself?
I have not.
Right,
Thank
throw
you.
it to Britt.
Thanks. All right, so I'm Britt. I'll be playing Robin. My favorite bat is actually the flying fox, which is the largest bat, which has a 6-foot wingspan, and it still only weighs like less than 4 pounds, which is horrifying.
That's a lot of bats.
And I know
That's
that's
a good
the
bat.
one thing I know about bats. So thanks, quarantine. And TikTok. So. All right. Oh, and I'll pass it to Lydia.
Hey, I'm Lydia. I'm going to be playing Big Becky. And my favorite bat is the Little Brown Bat of Appalachia, because I just really like when things are named after their size and their color. Really. We also have little brown mushrooms there. Not related, but I'm going to pass it to Riley. Have you?
I have not gone.
Yes.
I am Riley McCarthy. I'm playing Alfred, and my favorite bats are these two bats. No, they're not dead. They're just sleeping. And I'll pass the car.
That's how Bloods say cat. So that was very, very appropriate. I am Carlos Kareem Wyndham. I am playing Joe Rogan, so typecasting, and manager. My favorite type of bat is the chupacabra, because fuck your stupid cows. And I am passing to Kat.
All right, I am Kat. I am playing Harley Quinn. And my favorite type of bat is the bat caves from Kentucky Route Zero, because I'm a fucking nerd. I'll send it. Sarah, have you gone?
Yep.
All right, sending it to Sarah.
Awesome. My name is Sarah Kennedy. I am playing Batman, and I'm assuming Bruce Wayne. I don't know if there's a connection between the two characters, but doing that. And then also my favorite bat is Stella Luna.
Aww.
Fruit bat.
Is that I think that's everyone.
Real quick, everyone, I highly recommend you look up the Honduran white bat real quick.
Ooh, all right.
It's the cutest one.
I'm Googling it now.
Doing it.
All right.
Wait, look up what?
The Honduran white bat.
Oh, it's so tiny.
The one where they're all in the leaf.
Yeah,
So,
right?
Like hamsters.
So nice.
Aww.
Just a little
baby.
Yeah, just bony hamsters. They're fun.
Yeah.
Unicorn bat.
All right. Well, that's our amazing cast, and that's an amazing bat. Thank you, Dahlia. And
Check,
now,
check.
let's dive in
Check
to
one.
O'Reilly McCarthy's episode of Batman, the Animated Series, The Clay Menagerie, or Cat on a Hot Clay Roof, or A Street Clay Claimed Clayzire.
Yes.
The other day, Riley asked, which one of these titles should I use? And I said, all of them. Prologue. Batman monologue. Exterior, night, Gotham City. We open on a series of slow pans through the rainy streets and dark alleyways of Gotham City. We see crooks snatching purses, ne'er-do-wells selling drugs to young kids, and all manner of scumbaggery being perpetrated in the shady recesses of the city. A somber jazz tune plays as somewhere, unseen, Batman, the world's greatest detective, speaks in a low, somber growl.
The city is sick. Not sick with a cold or flu. Not sick like cool either, but sick with crime. I'm using a metaphor. And in this metaphor, the only medicine this city needs is justice. The bitter kind of medicine justice that you can't get in a liquid form. This medicine justice can only be delivered by fist and by kick. The night is dark. And the night is dark too. Night with a K, that is. For years I've protected this city. Somewhere, even now, villains are plotting. Citizens are afraid. And pods are being cast. Somewhere in the dark of night.
The jazz music crescendos as the title card appears on the screen before fading out into silence. Scene 1. Interior, day, podcast studio. We open on a brick-walled LA recording studio, home to hit podcast The Joe Rogan Experience. In town on a press tour, Rogan's guest is Bruce Wayne, billionaire playboy and CEO of the multinational technology and media conglomerate Wayne Enterprises. Rogan and Wayne are seated across from each other, mid-interview.
This has been a big year for you and your company, Wayne Enterprises. Prime has revolutionized the way that we shop online. The Brucella is the most efficient electric car on the market, and your streaming platform, WE Ancillary, is set to surpass Netflix and Hulu in monthly subscription numbers. You must be a busy guy. How do you find time with all these ambitious programs as well as your alleged charity work?
Wayne leans back and takes a long, stinky drag from an absolute poodle's leg of a spliff before answering.
I find the time. Whoa, time is a pear-shaped hexagon, amigo. You taught me that.
Wayne kicks his feet up on the desk and takes another drag, blowing a series of very cool smoke rings.
I got all the time in the world.
What do you say to all the people who say your business practices are unethical? I mean, Wayne Enterprises prime warehouses have an injury rate 3 times the national average, and workers only allowed 2 15-minute breaks during a 12-hour shift.
Well, first of all, we don't like the word warehouse. We prefer the term fulfillment center. And our fulfillment centers are compliant with every safety code set in place by the Gotham City officials. Plus, we go above and beyond by having paramedics and ambulances on site at every single WE Prime FC.
Well, some would say the city officials' so-called safety codes are in conflicts of interest, since you funded the campaign of every elected official making those codes. There are also reports saying that those ambulances you have on hand, that they're not for first aid purposes, but they're used solely to take out anybody who files a complaint against the company directly to Arkham Asylum, where you have them admitted against their will.
Well, I believe that mental health awareness and self-care are very important.
Yeah. What about underpaying the drivers for all your rideshare and food delivery services, Wayne on Wheels?
First of all, those are independent contractors, not employees, and we give them the gift of autonomy. Secondly, what's with the first degree, my man? Did you come here to grill me on air? Or grill me on my questionable ethics? Or my violation of human rights? Or did you come here to have a chill-ass time?
Wayne takes another long drag of the split, this time blowing the smoke directly into Rogan's face.
Now, you wouldn't want me telling my friend Batman that you're a stick in the mud, would you? Don't act like you haven't been trying to book him.
So the rumors are true? About your and Batman's relationship? I mean, you two are close?
Closer than Val Kilmer's eyes in a rubber mask. I mean, where do you think he gets all that tech? The Batmobile, the Batcopter, Batcycle? Man, they are all manufactured by the same top-of-the-line scientists that make the Brucella electric car. One might say I'm his benefactor, so to speak.
Bruce leans over the table, extending the split for Rogan.
Man, hit this and shut the fuck up.
Fascinating. Now, tell me, have you ever smoked DMT in the skybox at the UFC pay-per-view?
Fade to black as the two continue rambling. Scene 2. Interior, Clayface's apartment. Fade in on the dingy apartment of super criminal Clayface. It's a cramped 2-bedroom in Gotham's low-income housing town, apartments that the Blackwells share with his wife and 3 young children. The air is damp. The floors and walls are splattered with dirt and water stains from years of half-play, half-human, childish children playing in roughhouse. The room is lit by a bare light bulb hanging from the ceiling, giving an atmosphere that is at once harsh and somber, like the set of a Tennessee Williams play. Again, somber jazz music plays. Clayface enters from an outside hallway, hanging his hat on a hook. His wife, Deborah, makes no move to greet him and continues to scrub a sink full of dirty dishes.
You're late again, and you didn't text me. Food's on the table. It's cold.
Clayface shrugs his jacket off the table and pokes at the congealed tuna casserole.
I'm sorry. I met with the professor after class, and we talked about my paper.
For an hour? Bullshit.
Deborah throws the dish she's cleaning down in the sink and spins around to Clayface.
You are out doing crime. Don't lie to me.
No, baby, no. I told you, I'm going straight. For you and the kids. I haven't even used my superpowers since I entered into the vocational program at Gotham Community College.
Superpowers? Superpowers! Your cell walls are made of aluminum. Your bones lack rigidity. Your flesh becomes viscous when it's humid. You don't have a superpower, Clay. You have a disability.
It's not a disability, it's a gift. One that I'm throwing away because of your ideas about your future.
It's our future. For our kids. I mean, Jesus Christ, Clay. You can't keep hijacking diamond trucks and getting your head kicked in by Batman every night. You need to find a real job.
I am. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking these stupid community college classes every night for you.
Well, you don't seem to mind the extracurriculars.
What's that supposed to mean?
I looked at your class schedule, Clay. Your last class ends at 8, and the campus is less than a mile away. Why are you out until 10 every night?
I told you I'm staying after with the professors. He said he...
Don't lie to me!
Deborah turns away from Clayface and puts her face in her hands, beginning to weep.
This is another woman. You're cheating on me, aren't you? It's what? For the love of Christ, Clay, tell me.
It's the pottery studio.
What?
The community college has a pottery studio, and every night after class, I go there.
It is another woman, then. Dear God, what? Does this art school hussy know how to work your clay better than I do, then? Does she throw you on the wheel and get you wet with her hands?
I go to look at the kilns.
Excuse me?
Every night, I go to the pottery studio to look at the kilns, and I think about climbing into one.
The two stand in shocked silence. As they stare into each other's eyes, we see behind them, standing in the hallway, their 4-year-old son, Clayman.
Mommy? Daddy? Why are you yelling?
Stepping into the light of the kitchen, we see Clayman is a grotesque half-boy, half-clay creature with 2 of his limbs and half of his face, seemingly made entirely of loose mud, continuously sloughing off every form. Clayman is clutching his blanket, a mud-soaked rag that looks like it was recently used to clean an ATV, and sucking his thumb, which every few seconds dissolves into his mouth.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing out of bed?
I heard screaming and I got scared. Are you and Mommy going to get a divorce?
No, little man. Your mommy and daddy love each other very much.
Look what I learned today, Daddy.
Clayman weakly lifts his vague, stilted appendage that is supposed to be his right hand. Scrunching his face with effort, we see the end of the appendage transform into a crude approximation of a thumbs up.
That's great, buddy. Daddy's proud of you.
Go to bed now, Clayman. I'll be in a few minutes to tuck you in.
Okay.
Clayman begins walking back to his room, pausing at the doorway to turn to his parents.
I love you.
We love you too, son. Sleep tight, little buddy.
Deborah and Clayface share a soundless moment as they gaze into each other's eyes. For the first time in a long time, Deborah sees the face of the man she fell in love with years ago. The two collapse to their knees and hold each other sobbing.
I love you, Clay. I'm just I'm just so scared.
I love you too. It's going to be okay. We'll get through this.
The landlord said if we're late on rent again, we're going to be evicted.
Deborah continues to sob uncontrollably.
We'll figure something out. We always do. I have an old friend who used to goon for the Riddler who's gone straight. She said she could get me a job at Wayne Enterprises Prime Warehouse. I'll give her a call in the morning.
We pan out the window to a tranquil Gotham skyline, bathed in moonlight, and then fade to black. Scene 3. Interior, night, kooky, spooky hiding. We open on the hideout of Harley Quinn and the Joker, Gotham's clown prince and princesses of crime. Their abode is a rundown warehouse full of funhouse circus props and goons. Lots of goons. Quinn is practicing throwing knives at an apple balanced on a goon's head, who is standing next to a pile of dead goons with knives sticking out of their heads and chests.
All right, you tall glass of milkshake. Now stand up straight.
Quinn lobs a knife that misses the apple, neatly clipping off the goon's left ear. The goon yowls in pain and grabs the side of his head. As the apple falls, Quinn quickly throws another knife and goes through the apple and lodges into the man's crotch, hitting the fruit to the front of his pants like a note on a corkboard.
Tis tis. That's what you get for having such bad posture.
On the other side of the room, we see the Joker sitting cross-legged on a beanbag chair, grinning madly with a laptop balanced in one hand. The ace of knaves abruptly yanks his headphones out, somersaulting backwards onto his feet, dancing around the room, laughing to himself.
My oh my, looks like the Batty Boy has himself a little friend.
Oh, what are you going on about now, Puddin'?
Quinn moves to the center of the room, where there is a set of those dancing, swirling ribbon things hanging from the ceiling. She climbs up and begins absent-mindedly doing a sexy aerial ribbon dance.
Oh, my sweet Harley, you'll never guess what I just heard on the Joe Rogan Experience.
You listen to the Joe Rogan.
Of course I do. Does that surprise you?
If anything, it seems a little on the nose.
Well, it would appear that our caped compatriot has found a benefactor in one Bruce Wayne.
Quinn stops her sexy skydance and twirls down to be upside down at eye level with her partner.
Bruce Wayne? You mean the union-busting technocrat? The man that controls 1/4 of America's wealth? Well, that would explain Batsy's seeming endless resources. Hey, that is good news.
And you know what that means? If we take out Bruce Wayne, then
no more Batmobile, no more gadgets, no more stupid mean batarangs getting thrown in our heads.
Quinn laughs and cheers, swinging back and forth on her ribbons like a toddler on a swing set.
Exactly.
Joker rushes over to a rolling whiteboard in the corner of the room, spinning it around and riding it like a scooter back over to Harley Quinn.
Time for an evil plot.
That's what you do best, Mr. J.
Joker erases a game of Hangman from the whiteboard, where the words BATMA blank is a C blank blank T. And writes evil plan in big letters at the top.
It seems to me that the most obvious plan would be to lure Bruce Wayne out of his office with a meeting with a fake investor. Then you and I pose as janitors and replace every computer, filing cabinet, and trash can in his building with a jack-in-the-box that will slowly drive him mad and make him throw himself from the roof.
I don't know, Puddin'. It seems a little convoluted.
Joker frowns and then erases the words Jack-in-the-Box roof jump from the white.
Okay, what if we invite Wayne to a phony charity auction, but the auctioneer is actually a bomb-carrying robot, and the people placing bids are actually assassins, and the items being auctioned are all hungry alligators?
I don't know, Mr. J. If we kill Bruce Wayne, won't the board of trustees or another figurehead at Wayne Enterprises continue funneling money to Batman?
Ah, fine. You seem to think you have a better idea, so let me hear it.
Joker huffs and plops down onto his beanbag chair to pout with his arms crossed.
I don't know, Puddin'. It just seems to me that the only way to topple Wayne Enterprises would be to cease the means of production.
You mean like a wacky heist where we steal all the equipment in his factory?
No, silly. I mean like labor organizing, like they did in the Toast and Roses strike in 1912. It seems like all we would have to do is expose Wen Enterprises for the dehumanizing corporate monolith that it is, and its employees would take care of the rest.
Joker slumps deeper into his beanbag chair, now crossing his arms so hard that his fingers touch behind his back.
That doesn't seem very fun.
Oh, come on, Puddin'. We could wear those big fluffy hats, like the communist Russia.
I'm listening.
And when the workers overthrow Wayne and his friends, in the ruling class, we could use a guillotine that looks like one of those big novelty cigar cutters.
Now you're talking. I love it.
Joker jumps up and runs to the whiteboard. We crossfade out as the camera zooms in on him writing the words, working class uprising. Scene 4, interior, day, the Batcave. Batman finished his ascent of curls and tosses the weights down on the mat before taking a seat at his control station, absent-mindedly scrolling through police blotters. Unlike the jovial playboy we saw in the earlier scene, Batman/Bruce Wayne is now stern and dour, as he always is when he dons the mask and cape. Robin, ward to Bruce Wayne, a sidekick to Batman, an overall shitty team, comes in with 2 cups of coffee, giving one to Batman before sitting down roughly at Ed's control.
Don't sit on that.
Okay, Dad.
Don't call me that.
Of course, Mr. Wayne.
No, don't call me that. I'm wearing the mask. Call me Batman.
Robin jumps up and does an exaggerated bow.
My deepest apologies, O Cape Crusader, the darkest knight, the world's greatest detective.
Whatever.
More like world's lamest cuck detective.
Funny.
There is a long, awkward silence. Robin takes out his phone and begins scrolling.
Have you done your aerobics exercise for the day?
Yes.
And your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training?
Yes.
And did you read those case reports on Gotham's organized crime that I had Alfred print out for you?
Yes.
And have you done your homework for school?
It's July.
Right. Good. Good. I'm proud of you.
Awesome.
There's another long, awkward silence. Robin continues to scroll on his phone. Batman scrolls in his control deck.
So, I heard you on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yes. It's important for Bruce Wayne to appear likable and relatable to today's youth.
Oh yeah, it was good. You know, I just thought you said you don't do podcasts.
Batman drops his coffee down on the control deck with a thud, throwing his hands in the air.
Jesus Christ! Are we going to have this conversation again?
Okay, I've been asking you for years to be on an episode of my podcast, and you said you don't think it's a good idea for your personal brand.
I just don't think appearing on a show called Boy Wonderful would be a good look for me.
But the Joe Rogan Experience is?
I told you it's important for Bruce Wayne to appear likable and relatable.
And relatable to today's youth. Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ, old man. How many people below the age of 30 do you think listen to Joe fucking Rogan?
Well, I asked Cyborg what media appearances would be most likely to engage a younger audience, and Rogan's show was at the top of the list.
Yeah, well, Cyborg is a fucking nerd, Bruce. You'd have to have better luck asking Wayne Enterprise Echo its favorite podcast.
I told you, don't call me Bruce! I'm wearing the mask. I'm doing the voice. Call me Batman.
You're not my real dad.
Your real dad's dead.
Your real dad's dead.
noticing that Alfred, Batman's butler, is standing in the doorway. Riley, you're muted.
My apologies for interrupting, Master Wayne, but there's some news that might interest you.
Alfred, yes, I didn't see you there. I didn't see you there. What is it?
It would appear that one Mr. Clay Jones, alias Clayface, has been hired as one of your WE Prime fulfillment centers on the packing floor. I suspect some mischief is afoot.
Right, yes. Seems suspicious. I'll look into it. Thank you, Alfred.
Of course, Master Wayne.
Alfred begins walking back to his room, pausing at the doorway to turn to his employers.
I love you both.
Batman and Robin share a soundless moment as they gaze into each other's eyes. For the first time in a long time, Batman sees the face of the ward he fell in love with years ago. The two collapse to their knees and hold each other sobbing.
I love you, Robin. I'm just so scared.
I love you too. It's gonna be okay. We'll get through this.
As their weeping slowly subsides, the two men pick each other up, sniffling, shaking off the vulnerable moment.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had a moment.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I'm sorry what I said earlier. You're a good fake dad, and I really enjoy brutalizing people who are committing low-level felonies with you.
Yeah, and you're a good fake son, and I so bring it in.
Man goes for another hug.
Okay. No, it's weird now.
Fade to black as the two uncomfortably pat each other on the back like bros. Scene 5. Interior. Day. Wayne Enterprises warehouse. Wide shot of the Gotham WE Fulfillment Center, a packaging assembly line for Wayne Enterprises Prime. The line, a cramped, poorly lit affair, seems to go on forever in both versions. We see workers furiously boxing retail items for delivery as a conveyor belt whizzes past them, carrying all manner of home accessories, from toaster ovens to Bluetooth speakers, but mostly Batman memorabilia. Lots and lots of Batman memorabilia. Clayface is being shown to his spot on the assembly line by his friend, a tall, broad-shouldered, muscular woman named Big Becky. Becky, recently retired from gooning life in the ranks of the Riddler's movements, has a giant question mark faintly tattooed across her entire face that looks like it's 2 or 3 laser appointments away from being completely. Becky speaks in a thick Gotham accent, which is a blend of New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and Chicago. Good luck.
Yeah, so it's pretty much your standard dehumanizing corporate monolith. Items come down from the left, and you have about 8.2 seconds to get it boxed up with a shipping label. You'll be sitting next to me and Pigeon on your first day, so we can show you the ropes.
Pigeon, a former henchman of the Penguin, is a stout, mean-faced man who still wears the pork pie hat from his days under the command of the Gentleman of Crime. Clayface and Becky take their seats next to Pigeon, and the three begin frantically packing boxes.
How you doing? Becky tells me you just got out of the Supercrime game yourself.
Yeah, I guess so.
Don't be modest. Clay here was one of the biggest and baddest in the Rogues Gallery. He even had some goons of his own.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you're that mud guy, right? So, what happened? Are you on work leave from Arkham Asylum? You under surveillance? You got some sort of mud transformation-proof ankle bracelet on or something?
No, I just decided to go straight. You know, for my family.
Are you telling me you left a life of supercrime to work here? What are you, nuts?
That's what I told him.
I guess I just wanted something more stable, you know? More safe.
Safety is a relative term, you know. 8 people died on this assembly line last month from forklift accidents and machinery malfunction. You don't even want to know what happened to the guy who used to have your spot.
Clayface looks down and sees the gears of a conveyor belt in front of him are caked in dry blood. He's pretty sure he sees a loose, severed index finger rattling around in the turbine under the belt.
Yeah, if Batman hadn't beaten the shit out of me and the Penguin leaving him hanging upside down from a light post with a dislocated spine to be locked up by the Gotham PD, I would have never quit working for him. He gave us collective bargaining rights to negotiate workplace conditions.
The Riddler
Angela gave us health insurance. Dental, too.
The Penguin even set us up with the Roth IRA and would match half of our annual investments.
Manager of the WE Fulfillment Center, an iPad on wheels, sees the former criminals talking and quickly zips over to them.
Hey, you three! Stop blabbering and get back to work!
Sir, we're just teaching the new guy how to work efficiently and quickly, sir.
Well, teach him to be efficient and quick in an efficient and quick manner. I don't need any of these distractions today. As well as this location, I'm managing our Mumbai, our Busan fulfillment centers, and I don't have any time for shenanigans.
Won't happen again, sir. I don't want any trouble.
The manager iPod grunts in acknowledgement before wheeling away, shouting in Korean.
This is Korean, but I'm not doing that.
We just be quiet, guys. I really can't afford to lose this job.
The three of them get back to their fastidious work as we pan out to the assembly. The sounds of whirring machinery and breakneck-paced handiwork gets louder and louder. We quickly pan to the end of the line where two figures dressed in Wayne Enterprise workmen's jumpsuits enter carrying large boxes. We zoom in and see that it is the Joker, with the shoulder pads of his colorful blazer bulging out under the constraints of his disguise, and Harley Quinn, who is still wearing her ostentatious red and black jester. Both are wearing large fake mustaches and giggling to each other as quietly as the ominous pair can manage.
Okay, my maleficent mate. Try to blend in.
No problem, Puddin'. Subtlety is my middle name.
Two open their boxes to reveal stacks and stacks of books and pamphlets exposing the merits of communism, socialism, anarchy, and all manners of working-class uprising. Harley Quinn picks up one and conspicuously drops it next to the worker line.
Oh dear! I seem to have dropped my copy of Peter Crompton's The Conquest of Red. But my back is so sore from all this inequitably compensated labor that I just can't bend down to pick it up. I guess I'll just leave it here.
Joker picks up a book and haphazardly flings it into the assembly line.
Oh no! The carpal tunnel I've developed due to the overly demanding tedium of work has made me lose grip of my copy of Solidarity Divided by Fernando Gapazin. Never mind, I have another copy at home.
The two aspiring revolutionaries merrily prance down the assembly line, scattering rabble-rousing literature until they come into view of Clayface, hard at work at their boxes.
Oh, dearie me! This stack of the complete works of labor organizer Jane McElvery is so heavy in my toil-worn hands, I'll just leave it here and come back for it later.
Upon seeing the pair, Clayface jumps out of his seat and confronts them.
No, absolutely not. You two cannot be here right now.
Why, Clayface? Fancy seeing you here. I haven't seen you since we were in adjoining cells at Arkham. You should read the zine I made.
Sorry, I was just copying the Y Clayface into the Twitch chat so people can see how it was written.
Clayface!
Joker extends a shitty hand-stapled pamphlet with a green paper photocopied cover in drippy punk lettering that reads, "Capitalism is a joke, a radical redistribution of power in the workplace by Joker and Harley Quinn."
I don't know what you two are doing here, but I promise you it's fucking stupid. I need this job.
Sweetie, the folks in this employee class just want you to think you need this job. It is actually them that needs you.
Great, sister.
Shut up, both of you. You don't understand. This is my last chance to make things right with Deborah and the kids. If you fuck this up for me,
Suddenly, there's a loud shattering of glass as the skylight breaks, and the caped crusader and his trusty sidekick, Batman and Robin, rappel from the ceiling on grappling hooks.
Well, that's our cue.
Rotalia and lads, lander, verit, ut comrades.
Joker and Harley Quinn drop their crates and leap for cover onto open boxes on the assembly line. The boxes move down the conveyor belt and are sealed closed with a shipping label saying Moscow. Batman lands deftly onto the ground in front of Clayface, who is backing away, cowering in fear.
Clayface, I should have known that you were behind this.
Listen, please, for 1 second, listen. I can explain. You have to believe me.
Chance, you dumb commie prick.
Batman and Robin proceed to kick Clayface's whole ass, moving back and forth between each other with a barrage of punches, kicks, and batarangs to the head, until Clayface lays in a literal puddle at Batman's feet.
Don't worry, citizens. You're all safe now in the stable, self-correcting hands of the free market capitalism. I hope you've learned your lesson, Clayface, that crime doesn't pay.
Please, just fucking kill me.
God bless America.
He fade out to an exterior shot of the Wayne Enterprises Fulfillment Center, where an American flag flies majestically on the roof, backlit by the setting sun over Gotham's skyline. Fade to black. Credits.
Bravissimo!
Riley, that with the level of comedic brilliance in that, you're the real Joker.
That was Cat on a Hot Clay Roof, or the Clay Menagerie, or a street clay named Clay Desired.
You're brilliant, Riley. Thank you.
Yeah. Ah, great job.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was so fucking good.
You guys
Beautiful.
all did so good.
Yeah. Thank you for blessing us with your communist propaganda.
Yeah. I like that we had we had gender and class propaganda. We should have done a triple feature to get some race propaganda in there to fully destroy America with the power of Spec Script.
The funny thing is, Chris, when Chris asked me to do an episode, his two ideas were Batman and Jack Ryan, and I was like, I don't really want to write anything political right now, so I don't think I want to do Jack Ryan.
You just couldn't resist, could you, you dumb commie prick?
That was
prick is just, I'm gonna use that forever now.
dumb commie prick.
Carlos almost dipped into Meatwad for a second when he was doing.
I loved that voice. I
Yeah.
love that choice. Thank you so much for doing that. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Salute.
No, yeah, Carlos, that was beautiful Rogan. Beautiful. Have you ever done DMT in the skybox watching UFC?
I want that on a t-shirt.
You can make it happen.
Yeah. When Spec Script finally is live again, we'll be on Fight Island, the UFC-owned island that violates coronavirus protections. We'll do that. And what?
It doesn't violate anything, Chris. It's an island in the middle of the ocean.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There are no laws.
It's like New Jersey.
Yeah.
And Jersey has like 3 or 4 laws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Florida.
Their law. Well, the laws in Florida are no shirt, no shoes, no problem.
No, 2 rules. We'll get service. Also known
Yeah.
as the talker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Area.
That has been really really emotionally fulfilling. Great job, Riley. Great job. I want to say that Caitlin and Dahlia had a beautiful tragic romance.
Thank you.
Yeah, you both really just built up that Tennessee William.
We've been practicing for this moment for years.
Raymond coming in.
Yeah.
That's what years of theater training gives you.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
Caitlin, Dahlia, and Benjamin, thank you guys so much for...
Benjamin, you were a great baby.
Seriously.
Benjamin, you were a great clay abomination baby.
I like to think of myself as a Batman fan. It's like as a kid, I was really into the classic Batman series. I had never heard of Clayface until like a few hours ago. So like,
wow,
whatever.
He was in that a bit, but like not a lot.
A couple times.
Yeah.
I think I just remember him because it's like his animation is cool.
His animation's horrifying. Like
I picked him for that part because I feel like because people forget that he exists so much.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's the most pathetic supervillain like of all time. Like he's never gonna be in the movie.
I feel like Clock King is. I'm a,
exactly. It's that he can like reform into.
Yeah, it's
like the Wonder Twins.
His power is pottery.
Yeah.
His power is pottery.
I think
that early on he has more control and he like does like shape shifting, like I'm a different person, but then he like loses that, and so then it's just like I'm gonna turn my hand into a big rock and hit you.
Yeah.
The Harley Quinn TV show that they just made like last year or this year. I like his characterization as just a ham actor. He's a lot of fun.
Well, he was based off Boris Karloff, right? Or someone like he was based off like I think the character in the show and the comics was largely based off like a classic respected actor who then became like a monster movie guy who then became a has-been. Which is all of our dreams, you know. Caitlin is Caitlin is not a has-been, but is great. Is a.
That's the end game.
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal.
I mean, the greatest dream is to be able to be like 50 and sitting with a bunch of people and being like, you know, I could have been like, you know, I could have won. I could have EGOT'd. I could have. I was this close. I almost played Hamilton in the first run.
I'm just sick of being I'm so sick of being an is being, you know?
Yeah.
Exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah, when are we...
I want to just like get busted in the midst of a petty crime and be like, don't you know who I am? And they're like, no. And then it turns out to be the next day.
Yeah.
And then I get 24 hours of like viral fame, or people are like, oh, this is so sad.
I'm like, wow. Oh, God. Caitlin Nolan from The Reformers really fit. Wait. Yeah, who? If only, part of the running theme of this whole episode is just desiring to be forced out of our art form so we can actually live normal lives. You know, we're gonna bounce around to a few people. We got hey, Ben, I didn't see the shirt you're wearing. A Troy and Abed in the morning. Beautiful.
Oh, that's really good. We're gonna do a community episode someday.
One day. A
I've
harder
never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen it either.
We have a person technically linked to it, but like they probably aren't going to do it. You know, there's like an expiration period of time.
It was Regis Philbin actually.
It was Herman Cain.
It should be a community script where people write 3 pages at a time and pass it to the next person.
Yeah, we were just talking about something like that.
We have a lot of ideas.
Yeah. The show has a lot of ideas.
You know, some would say that all of season 4 was a spec script.
Yeah, it did feel like that.
Guys.
We are gonna have one episode of Spec Script written by with a gas leak. If somebody could write an episode while at a Portland protest, that would be delightful. Let's see. I have to send a message to somebody. But speaking of ideas,
Send your message. You're half into that, half out of this thought.
Oh, yeah, well,
I just learned from the chat that Clayface was also created for the animated series.
What? Oh,
Okay, Chris, finish your message.
I did finish my message. Damn it!
All right, then go back to what you're saying.
My Joker accent is also my the Crypt Keeper accent. I only have like 3 voices.
That's true.
I have.
Also, your chimney sweep.
Yeah, my chimney sweep.
I'm here to clean your chimney.
No, I have 2. My 3 accents are Joker. What's his name? Joker, Crypt Keeper, British little boy, and British Cockney guy. That's it.
What are the differences between